All right, well, then let's get started. Welcome everybody to this afternoon's class on how to better market properties using RELA. Now, I'm your host. For those of you who don't know me, quick introduction of who I am. My name is Anthony. I work here at Orange County Realtors, been here now for a little over 18 years, started off in the MLS department. So I know guaranteed I'll speak to everybody regarding rules, regulations, violations, all that fun stuff. What I'm also involved with is our outreach program. Our outreach program is designed to give you training on all your tools and products. So not only do I train on MLS at the offices as well as at the board, but like running searches, adding modifying listings, creating CMAs. I also give training on zip forms. So I show agents how to utilize their electronic transactions using their free member benefit of zip forms, how to digitally sign them, and of course, all the advanced tools that zip forms does have to offer. And of course, I love training on tech. I love showing agents how they can utilize their iPads, tablet devices to be out in the field and be mobile. I love getting you guys to be what I like to call paperless agents. Maybe not get rid of it fully, but maybe get rid of enough of it, especially nowadays where COVID has really implemented or forced agents to implement all the technologies that we've been training on for so long. Now, today, what we're going to go over is RELA. Now, RELA is your free Orange County Realtors member benefit. And what this does, and what I should say you're allowed to do, is that once you get a listing, then you have to market the property, right? Now, RELA is a website portal where you can create property websites, okay? Now, it may sound complicated because I know when somebody says, oh, I need to create a website, but I don't know how to code, I don't know HTML, oh my gosh, whoa. RELA is this awesome tool that will allow you to create beautiful looking, modern looking property websites very quickly and easily, whereby two things happen. One, you are going to get the direct leads from anybody coming to that website because once they register, the lead comes to you. And two, has great, easy Facebook targeted ad implementation to quickly and easily develop targeted ads on Facebook through the property website. Okay. Now, the advantage of a property website is that anytime you list a property, you want to showcase to a seller of the things that you do. And I know in the past, and there's still, we have affiliate members that still would love to create property websites for their agents. But here's the hang up. Time. That's really what it is, right? A week or two goes by and you still haven't gotten a property website. You know, what happens when that property goes off the market or whatever? You've missed opportunities to get potential leads. Now, with RELA, what we want to do is if we just happen to go to their regular website, relahq.com, here we can learn a little bit about RELA. But if we scroll down on this list, if we're thinking about signing up for an account, we see that under their pricing and plans, this is a $24 a month fee for just one active property website. Now, I know you're saying, well, geez, Tony, this doesn't sound free to me. Wait, there's more. Now, we've worked out a deal for our members with RELA that if you go to RELA HQ, that's www.relahq.com/OCR, you'll notice that here on this particular website, and I'm going to type this in the chat box for you guys, www.relahq.com/OCR. If you go there, you're going to immediately see that there is a sign up portal here for Orange County Realtors. Now you go, well, wait a minute, Tony, that sounds like there's going to be a charge here for just even one property website. Not at all. If we scroll down on this list here, we're going to see under the pricing and plans now for our Orange County members that Orange County members get 3 active property websites at any given time at no cost. Now, if you have more properties because you're a listing machine, then of course you're going to have to pay a little bit of a fee for 5 active property websites, $40 a month, or 25 active property websites at $80 a month. But if you'll notice here, $49, $99, that's a huge savings already. Now, what's nice about this is that you can put up a website, make it active, and then once that property goes inactive, you can deactivate it. Okay, not delete it, but deactivate it, which will now free up one of your free active listing websites. So if you're a listing agent right now, great. If you're not, I don't care. Let's still sign up for it. Still activate your free account. How you're going to do that here on realahq.com/OCR. You're going to put in your first name. You're going to put in your last name. You're going to put in your email address. You're going to create a password, and you're going to put in your MLS user ID for Orange County, for being an Orange County realtor. Because this is free to only Orange County realtors, they will verify your account is currently active with Orange County. Once you do that and you hit create free account, we're going to be able to create property websites. Now, anybody think that creating a property website is going to be super hard? Anybody afraid of making a property website today? And you can be honest, type it in the chat. I'm afraid. Sounds too technical. No one's afraid? Good. I'm so glad. All right. So I'm going to show you in 5 simple steps how easy it is to make a property website in RELA. Okay. 5 easy steps. So after we create our account, and we log into our RELA account, now what we're going to do right away is we're going to come over here to the upper, and I'm going to move this down just a bit, my camera and stuff, over towards the top right corner. Under the top right corner, we're going to click on the choice here that says add a property. Okay. Now, by the way, you must be the listing agent on the property. Okay. You can't just create property websites willy-nilly. Okay. This is really meant because it's going to say property listed by, and you want to be truthful about your advertising. But what we're going to do, step 1, we're going to click on add a property. So from here, we're going to put in the property address that we are the listing agent on. 21441 Antigua, Huntington Beach, and then California, 92614. What the heck? And then we're going to say add the property. So step 1, add the property, put in the property address. Now what's going to happen here is that RELA will scour the entire internet for any public information about this property. Okay. So your listing's in the MLS, you put up a description, you put up information, you hit submit. Now your property goes out to 91,000 public websites. So now what we can do is create a property website. So step 2, what we're now going to do is fill in the property details. Okay. So here we can look at rewriting over the description. I see here that we've got an agent that put in their syndication remarks, or here in the syndication remarks that were pulled from the public records about our appointments. We're just going to change all this. But what we can do is rewrite over this property description. Now, why would we ever want to do that? Well, number 1, in the MLS, the property description or public remarks only allots for about 1,500 characters. So that means that you guys have to be super creative about how descriptive you need to be about a property. Now, this is your own personal property website for this listing that you're doing for a client. You can be as descriptive, as lengthy in your description as you choose to be. Okay. You can even put in all the information that is not allowed in the MLS, like, please visit my personal website. Give me a call for showings. Would love to show the property to you, at, tomorrow, whatever. Put everything down in here in the property description that you need. Now, obviously, be careful of things like fair housing violations, things like that. You don't want to be caught on discriminating or coming across as discriminating against certain groups, people, or things. Okay. Next, we do not need to worry about the listing status. Okay. Over here at the top left corner, we got not published. That means that the property is not published just yet. But when we're ready, we can just simply click on publish the property, which now the website is now considered active. But maybe we're doing a property website and we want to indicate or to people that the property is sold or is in escrow or is coming soon. As we all know that the new rules about coming soon, we can market the property however we see fit. We just can't allow showings right away. Not a problem. We can get people super excited about this property that's scheduled to come out and ready to be shown next week. Okay. But no matter what, if we don't change that, that's going to indicate that the property is currently active. Next, property type pulled from public records. We got single family, but we also have other property types like duplex, triplex, quadplex, condo, co-op, mobile home, multi-unit, multifamily, timeshare, townhome, miscellaneous, residential, or other. Now I want to bring your attention to this other. How many of you have ever listed a property that was land lot or commercial or business opportunity? And you just went, geez, I really wish I could get people super excited and know about this property for sale. Well, under the other choice, you can now type in what type of property this is. So what does this mean for you as an agent? It means that you as a listing agent can now create property websites for any and all of your properties, even under other, guess what? One for lease. This is great for those of you who keep getting the listing agreement for the same property. Create a website for the lease. Grab the leads directly from your website. But here we've got single family. Here we're going to put in the display price or the list price of the property. So maybe we put it in the, in the MLS for $870,000. Okay. Year built's already populated in, bedroom, bathroom, half bath, square footage. Type in any and all this information. How many stories the property is. If it's 1 or 2, put in the appropriate numbers. Okay. If it's got a garage that might be attached, maybe parking spaces. But more importantly, over here, back to the left, amenities. Down below is a list of amenities pre-created by RELA. All I need to do is just simply click on the choice to add it to the amenities. Now, what happens if for some strange reason, there's an amenity that's not here, but I want people, when they do a search on Google, that if they were to type in something in a Google search, that this amenity gets referenced so that my website or my property website is now pulled from that search. Well, just simply click in the box that says amenities and then type in your amenity and then hit tab. So now what we could do instead is write in all the amenities that we have, like brother and sister closet, right? Things like that. Put in anything and everything about this property. Put in the amenities that apply that you want people to grab onto, like newly remodeled kitchen, right? Viking appliances. Let's see here, 80-inch flat screen included in sale. Right? Type in everything that this property has got. Now, once you've typed in all your details, come over towards the top right corner, click on save. Always save your work. Now, this is important for the property details. You do not have to click the save button for anything else except for the details. If you skip over the details or you type in everything and then you jump to another choice, it's going to lose all your work. Okay? So always remember, save your work under the details section. Now, let's see. 1, 2 is the details. 3, the photo gallery. We need to upload photos. Here we can click on the photo gallery and now we need to upload an image, right? For our property website or images. Now, just real quickly, does anybody know how many photos the MLS is allowed to have. And again, you can type that in your chat box. Now, I know everybody knows that at least one photo is required, but how many photos are you allowed to have on a listing in the MLS? Anybody? No idea, Katia or Katia? Okay, not a problem. Let me tell you, 75. You're allowed up to 75 photos on a listing in the MLS, right? But that sounds like a lot. And it is. But sometimes when you get that photographer to take that photo, the MLS, however, only allows for low or mid-grade level photos, meaning that the photos can't be any larger than 6 megabytes in size per photo, which usually is low to mid-range resolution. But some of these photographers nowadays have these DSLRs that are mega upon megapixels of high definition photos. And a lot of times what they end up doing is that when you get a photographer to take photos, they give you the low end photos as well as the high end. The high end are great for when you're creating your marketing materials, right? But you can't use them in the MLS as much as you'd like to because they're too big. Well, guess what? Here in RELA, because this is your property website, you are allowed unlimited amount of photos, unlimited sizes. Okay. So typically a photographer may take 250 photos of that one listing. Now, instead of just having a 75 photo limit, I can now upload all 200 photos. And I can pick the high resolution photos instead to be placed in my website. Now, how we add a photo, if you're familiar with MLS, you're probably aware that you can upload mass amounts of photos into the MLS, but it does take some time. And it can get a little nerve-wracking if the photos don't go in correctly, right? Here, we don't need to worry about that because I love the way that RELA puts everything together. So all we need to do here under the photo gallery is just simply click on Add Files. Now I'm going to browse my computer for those files. And now all I can do is select one photo, hold down my Shift key or Command key, pick the last photo, and then say Open. And now in 3, 2, 1, all these photos should appear right below here. Sorry about that. So as soon as this processes in less than 5 minutes, the screen is going to refresh. And look, we've got 8 megabytes, 3 megabytes, or more. And now what's going to happen is the photos are now going to be processed and uploaded. So here we uploaded 11 images, took us less than 5 minutes to do this. Now, if you've ever had to switch your photo order in the MLS, it can be a little bit of a nightmare too, right? Especially if you're trying to swap out the main image with another image, right? Here, all I need to do is hover over top of the image, click and hold, drag it and move it wherever I want, just like so. As a matter of fact, this white area underneath the photo, I can click in there and type a description if I choose. Next thing I'm going to do, the fourth thing I'm going to do, go under the theme and contacts. This is where we get to actually preview and pick the property website and upload some information. So right away, we see the current default theme is the Rubik _V2. We see over here just off to the right what the property website looks like. We can actually scroll through this and see what the property website looks like. Now, just so you can see this, and if you can't see it, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. There we go. So right now, this particular theme, I like the way it lays out. We see what the list price is, bedroom, bathroom, square footage, the property description. We see some of the photos. But more importantly, what I want to point out here, besides the amenities, presented by the listing by me, my name, but to get in touch with me, they just type in their information. Now, when they hit a send inquiry, it immediately sends to me, not a third-party source, their information. I'm immediately emailed within about 5 minutes of somebody submitting their information to me their data. And now I can reach out to the client. But maybe I don't like this theme, because we know certain properties, you like to have things look a little differently, right? Back over here to the left, all I need to do is choose change theme. And RELA gives me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 different looking property websites. And this is all included in your member benefits. All I need to do is select one. The screen's going to refresh, and now I can preview it. Okay. Back over here to the right, I can click on where it says logo, upload my company logo, so that it appears on the property website. Down below under your contact information, if this is your first time doing this, you'll only need to do this the first time. Click where it says edit, next to contacts. From here, you're going to upload your own personal image, a photo of yourself. Make sure your first name, last name, your DRE license number is inputted in, what company you work with, your email address, and of course, add in your phone number. You can also add in your social media platforms. So if you have Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Google+, LinkedIn, Vimeo, Pinterest, Instagram, your Zillow account, or your Yelp account. You can add all that to your personal property website. Once you save this information, you don't ever have to change it unless you change your company. Okay. Now at this point, step 5, come over to the top right corner or left corner where it says not published, click the down arrow and hit publish property. Once you hit publish property, here under the domains, this will be the property website automatically created at no charge to you. So RELA creates the property domain name and the website name that is permanently yours. Now it will always be defaulted to the property street address.relahq.com. Now what I can do with this website after I've published it is put it on all my marketing materials if I wanted to. I can put it and share it onto my Facebook page, my LinkedIn account. Maybe I do a YouTube video. Maybe I put it on my property flyers when I put it in or put the flyer box on my for sale sign when I'm allowed to do that again. Now you can add a custom domain name. Maybe you don't like this, but you want RELA to create a different name. If you ask RELA to create a different name other than what's defaulted, then this will be a charge of about $14 to $15. Or maybe you've already created a domain name yourself because you decided to go to GoDaddy because you didn't think about, geez, why take advantage of the free domain name? Let me go to GoDaddy and create one myself. You can add that in here specifically for you as well. Anybody like that? Any questions on property website? Did it look overly simple? Oh, we do have a question here that just came through. So Greg asks, does the email come from RELA or the inquirer directly? It comes from the inquirer directly, Greg. RELA will send them a thank you. Will display on the screen, thank you very much. The agent will contact you shortly. And then the email will come directly from them with their email address embedded in the email. But it will, I think it will say notification from relahq.com from your property website. And I think it will even reference the website. So if you had a couple of them, it will give you an idea who looked at what property and where, that way you can embed it into your CRM. Does that make sense? All right, so that's how easy it is to make a website. Okay, now we've got other things that we can do to this website, right? All the extra bells and whistles. Okay. So first thing that we're going to start with is the schedule showing. So with RELA, they've actually allowed for you to set up schedule virtual tours for people. So you can allow a visitor to request a tour date. So you can turn that on to your website. You can, so they can ask you directly for showing appointments. So when they submit that, get in touch with the agent, there will be a choice. I would like to schedule a showing. They can now click on that button in the property website, where now you are reached out directly by this client to go and show that property. Okay. So, or anybody clicking on that choice, whether it's an agent or a client. Okay. Or you can set up the schedules, like the times. So showings only Monday through Friday between 12 and 6, right? You can put all that information in there, and those will be, on the showing calendar on the property website. So that's one new thing that was added, I think, back in September of last year. The next. Oh, are there any questions on the schedule showings? Good. Denise loves that. Excellent. Yeah, I think this is way better, because some of those third-party websites that say, that allow somebody to get in touch with an agent, they now are centered through a call center, to then it gets filtered to somebody, right? So you're not necessarily getting their direct information right away. At least this way, not only are you getting their information, but you're now getting a direct request on your own property, right? Or the property that you've listed. The next, under the photo gallery. Now, back under the theme and contacts here, I'm just going to preview this website just a little bit. Now, we notice here that we don't have any photos, or we just have photos. We just don't have any video or anything like that. And a lot of times if somebody's here, I kind of want some entertainment value to this website, right? Kind of want it to be hip and going. Well, under the photo gallery, the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to go under the gallery options, and I'm going to turn on the virtual tour setting. Now, what this does is it activates a slideshow of the photos that I have uploaded on the property. So the main image will actually go through a slideshow automatically anytime somebody goes through it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to basically turn the status of the virtual tour on, or enabled. From here, I can say how long the pictures stay in frame. In this case, it's defaulted to 6 seconds, but maybe I go 4 seconds. And then instead of the pan zoom, where it looks at the property and it zooms in or zooms out, I'm just going to say fade in, fade out. Now at this point, I'm going to hit save and close. And now if we look at that theme and contact, we're going to see here that we now have a slideshow on the property website. And I haven't scrolled down yet. Oops. So right here on the main page, we've got all the photos being viewed. Okay. Any questions on this? Looks pretty fun. Looks really simple. Next is the videos and 3D tours. So this is where we're going to upload our videos. Okay. Now, if you had a videographer or a photographer take the photos, and they put together the virtual tour slideshow together for you, here you can upload either the unbranded or the branded video to your website. Just very simply click the plus icon, and now you can either upload the direct link either from YouTube or Vimeo, or if you've ever been through any of the social media classes that I teach where we talk about video, I do believe we just went through one, I think the beginning of last month, where we went over how to make a video, say through iMovie or Vimeo or WeVideo or whatever. If you have the actual hard video, you can actually upload that video yourself. Okay. Just simply choose upload video from my computer, hit choose a file. Now you can browse your computer for that file. If I happen to have one here, which I should, there is one. Actually, we'll just go with that one. And now here in just a few seconds, 22 seconds from now, that video is going to be able to be played on the property website. Now, here's the fun part, or the more fun information. As we all know, in the MLS, we're very limited to how many videos we can have on a listing, right? Technically, we can have up to 2 unbranded videos uploaded into the listing on the MLS. Okay. Now, if you're into video marketing or social media marketing and you've done videos like your intro video, maybe you do a video about the market that this property is in, things like that. Like your photo gallery, where you can upload unlimited photos, on the video section, you can upload as many videos as you wish. So one video I definitely would recommend is your intro video of who you are. If you've taken 5 minutes to look at your camera, record that video and introduce yourself, upload it to your YouTube channel, and then add that video. Hi, this is Anthony with Jack and Jill Real Estate. I can't wait to work with people. I am a realtor specialist. I deal with buyers and sellers all over Orange County, LA County, and San Bernardino County. But I can tell you that if at any given time you want some really good Italian food, the best places in Laguna Hills or La Paz in Mission Viejo, or if you like to go surfing, go to Corona del Mar. The surf is great. Talk about that type of stuff. And it shouldn't take you but more than a minute. Or even better yet, at the end, hey, feel free to give me a call. My number is 949-586-68800, extension 104. Or email me directly at Tony, Tony, at ocrealtors.org. End your video that way. Now take that video, put it in as part of your property website. Now, the next type of video that we can also upload are the 3D or 360 tours. Now, 3D video, if you've not seen one before, this is the Matterport tour, right? That special camera that photographers are setting up where it now gives a 3D model look around of the entire property. That has been super popular in the past 5 or 6 years, got really popular last year because why? Showings were limited. Showings are still limited to this day. Ask your photographer if they do this type of photography, because this is a must nowadays. With your international and outside of California agents that aren't, or clients that aren't local, they can't be here to see every property. But with these types of tours, this will allow them to be virtually in the property. So if we go to 3D tours here, we can go to now add the tour. So I'm just going to upload this demo tour. And now we can upload it. Now, if you've never seen what one of these tours looks like, really neat. So here we're going to access and play this 3D tour of a property, right? You'll notice that nowadays people have those 3D goggles. Videos like this will allow them to play this with their VR goggles. So now all they need to do is just look around the home. They can now start walking through and looking at these dots to walk around a room. Oh, that's what that bedroom looks like. That's what the view looks like out that bedroom. Well, now let's walk back out. We see that there's the bathroom. Looks pretty neat. We see here there's the dining room. There's the living room area. Well, let's go into the dining room and walk around the table. Wow, there's a beautiful outside view of the patio. That's where I just came from. And now we can just walk around the house. These types of tours have really been a game changer in your business. Now you can have this as part of your property website, right? Showcase this. I know with some photographers, they charge you anywhere from a couple of hundred to, a few $100 to add this type of tour for your listing, right? So I think it's well worth something like this. And again, like the video portion, if you have multiple 3D tours, you can add as many of those to this property website as you want or need. Okay. Next thing that we're going to modify is the music. We can add music to our property website. Here really gives you now, what is it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 different songs, all duty free. Now, I'm not sure if you guys can hear this, but if I hit play, I can now listen to the song, pick my mood on that property website. And mood is all key, right? There we go. Pick a nice song, choose upload music. Oops, wrong thing. Choose add. And now that adds that song to your website. So at this point, what we can do is go back down to theme and contact, preview what the property website looks like, hear the music, see the pictures. How funny. I didn't think I chose that one. Right? People can see the videos and the virtual tours, everything that this property's got, and still get in touch with me. Anybody like that so far? Any questions on this so far? Another thing that you can also do, upload documents and floor plans. I love this tool, especially if this was a lease property. If this was a lease property website, guess what I can upload here? The application to rent. Pre-fill it out the application on zip forms, download it as a PDF document because it's going to have a property address on it, and then upload that PDF for potential applicants to download and fill out and email to you. Michelle, yes, this is being recorded. So everybody attending today will get a copy of today's recording. And I'm glad that you find that this is amazing. I can't wait for you to try this out. Also, if you have access to the floor plan, so if you've purchased the floor plan or created the floor plan or gotten the PDF document, just be mindful that of copyright. So if you just arbitrarily find one and you try to upload it, make sure you're not infringing on copyright. Excuse me, Michelle says, I can't wait either. Thank you so much, Tony. Oh, you're welcome, Michelle. I'm so glad you like it. Next thing that you're going to also be able to do here, because I know we've got a few minutes, we've got the property website created, right? We want to be able to push it out there to the world, not to mention we need to make marketing, right? Anybody here pay somebody to do flyers or postcards? Michelle, do you do that? Couple of you, yes. And let me guess, do you spend a lot of money creating that, or do you do it all yourself? Yes, especially stamp. I create myself. Oh, that's good. So you're saving some money, but you know, creating it yourself takes time, right? And that's a key thing. things take time to make, right? Sometimes, you want to get a little fancy, this, that, and the other, or, the programs that you're using, Canva, which I love and appreciate, has a vast amount of tools that you can use at your disposal. But you know what? If you don't have those tools, guess what? Back over here to the left, while I'm in the property, there is a choice here that says Brochures. When I click on Brochures, because you're an Orange County Realtor member, RELAs, or the agents with the RELA account, has the capability of creating flyers, brochures, social media style graphics, or postcards. So as an example, if I wanted to create a property flyer for my property website, I'm going to click on the flyer. And from here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different templates to pick and choose from. Now, these are all standard templates, but the beautiful thing about these templates is everything on this template is customizable. I am not limited to just sitting with what that template looks like. I can add things to it. I can modify. Very easy. All I need to do is click on the down arrow next to the template I want to use, say use this design. Now it's going to open up for me, just like so. Now at this point, if I did nothing else, number one, this is a high def PDF. Most of those other programs, you have to pick and choose if it's high def or low definition. And a lot of times you find yourself, if you're trying to email it to somebody, there's that size limitation, right, of what you can do and how detailed the graphics are. Here, these are automatically high def PDF files. If I did nothing else, I can just simply download it and then print it on my high def printer or email it out to somebody that's got one. But if I wanted to modify things that are on this flyer, just simply click the magnifying glass. And now the basic modifying grid comes up where I can add in text boxes, add in shapes, add in other photos and videos, or in this case, photos to the flyer. I can change the grid around, right? I can add in more agent information beyond what's already added here, okay? So I just can simply click on a picture. I can resize it. I can move it. I can crop it to add in more things to this, right? Change things around a little bit. So everything's customizable about this. And sometimes some of these flyers are front and back. So you'll actually have a second page that you can also modify. Okay. So here I can even change the fonts. I can change the color of the font. I can change the font size. Everything I can do. And then again, all I need to do at that point is save it, download it, print it, do whatever I need. The next thing that we can add or create are those brochures. Now, when I say brochures, anybody ever been to, say, properties in Huntington Beach or Newport Beach or Laguna Beach, those multi-million-dollar properties, right? And a lot of times sitting there on the coffee table is this beautiful glossy booklet of the property itself. Anybody ever see those? Couple of you? Yes, excellent. And of course, you've always wanted that, but the big thing that you always hear is how expensive those types of books can be to be made, right? You ever, probably? Well, guess what? Here under RELA, there are 4 different book types. Here you got one that's 8.5 by 11 vertical, two that are vertical, 2 that are horizontal. Pick the one that you like, click on it, use that design, and then here, this is going to give you the 4-page book. And again, everything in this book is fully customizable. Click on the page you need to modify and modify it. Then download it and send it off to the printer to print yourself high-end glossy brochures that you've saved yourself a ton of money on in creating because you're the one that created it. And actually, if I did nothing here, it's RELA that made it for me. Those of you who are into social media, right? You like to make social media style posts. Here we've got all the various different graphics that make it easy to post about our properties, open house, just listed, just sold, whatever we need for all the various platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, everything. And by the way, the flyers, the brochures, the social media all reference this property website, right? So we can add all that stuff in. So here we've got all this information right here. And again, we can fully customize whatever we need. Instead of just sold, maybe it's just listed. Maybe I change the background colors, make it pop a little bit more for myself. And of course, I know the other one, or the last one that we'll talk about here, is the postcards. Advertise your property, just listed, just sold postcards. Here you've got, was it 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 different formats of postcards. And these postcards are all front and back. Here you got 5.5 by 8.5, 6 by 11. Some bigger, some smaller. Find the postcard you like to use it, and then again, fully customize it. Here's the front, here's the back. Now what I can do is send this postcard to my EDM with the list of clients or people that live in that neighborhood and say, please email this postcard to this list of people. And it just took us a matter of seconds. Maybe a few minutes, depending on you. Anybody have any questions about the property website or creating brochures? Or creating any of the flyers? Postcards, do they print and mail? RELA does have a service that does printing. I'm not sure if they do mailing, but they will do printing, but at a cost. Now, from what I've seen on their advertisement for those costs, it takes a minimum of 2 weeks to get you something like this. So you can give them the design, but it will take them 2 weeks to print and mail to you the amount of postcards that you're paying for. So when we're talking about time, effort, it may be faster to send it to some of your other companies or go down the street to FedEx or Kinko's and get them to print out this file. So you download it, put it on your flash drive, take it to Kinko's, and now you got cardstock or Staples, and you've got that nice glossy cardstock front and back. And then maybe you give that stack to your assistant or send the file off to the EDM, the electronic mailer guys, and then they will put in all the names on the postcards for you. So there are tons of ways of doing that. Does that help, Janeth? Thanks, Greg. I'm glad you like this. Now, the last thing that we'll go over today, because of everything. Oh, good. Here on the overview of the property, say this property is now published. We're going to see here, anytime we go into the property or into the property website and we look at the overview, we're going to look for a couple of things. Number one, we see here that RELA and Facebook targeted ads, there's a partnership. Now, if anybody does social media marketing specifically on Facebook through your Facebook business page, you know that you can create targeted ads. And the power of the targeted ad is that you can hit large amounts of people for just a few dollars. Okay. Problem is on Facebook, you have to create the ad yourself. Here, RELA will actually design the ad where you can still customize it, but instead of taking you a few minutes, like anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to make, if you're doing it through your property website, you're talking a matter of less than 5 minutes. Now, because I don't have this link to my Facebook business page, excuse me, currently right now. And actually, let's see if I can. No, I don't. It's very simple. And I'm going to play this quick little video for you, but I'm going to stop it and start it in certain aspects. So after you create the property website, what's going to happen at this point is that you're going to click on here to get started with creating an ad. Now, the beautiful thing about the ad is that you want to be able to capture leads and market to capture leads through Facebook. Now, if you don't understand the power of Facebook, Facebook's got more than 2.04 billion people worldwide that belong to Facebook. So this is a huge source of information that you can tap into to try to generate leads from, okay? And it doesn't have to cost you a lot of money. Now, once you click on Get Started, what's now going to happen is that the Facebook targeted ad generator opens up. Okay, now from here, what we're going to first start off with on the left-hand side, okay, is the budget and timing. Sorry, my brain stopped working there for a second. Budget and timing is all important, right? The last thing you want is to spend unlimited dollars to run an ad, right? But what we can do is that we can say how long we want to run the ad and for how much. Ideally, when it comes to RELA charges you, I think, about $9 per day to run an ad with a minimum of about $50. So what you ideally want to try to do is run a 2-week ad and maybe limit yourself to maybe $100. If you run out of that $100, oh well, the ad's over and done with, okay? But you'll be amazed at what information you're going to be able to grab from the ad. So here you run your 2-week ad. So you pick out your time frame, the start and the end date. You say how much money you want to spend. Now over here towards the right, what is the objective of the ad? Is it to generate leads or just get people to view the property website so you can hopefully capture leads? Well, typically you as an agent want to generate leads and capture them. You don't want these other third-party websites doing it for you. You want Facebook to work for you. So your first choice is going to be to generate leads. Now, what kind of lead generation do you want? Do you want to generate buyer leads? Do you want to generate agent referral leads or agent leads? Do you want to generate lender leads or do you want to generate investor leads? Now, I do believe they've added in another spot in here for seller leads. So what you can do at this point is take this lead generation and say you want to generate buyer leads. Now they have changed the bottom part here, gender, age, because of fair housing and certain lawsuits that have happened against Facebook. Gender and age have been taken out. You have to target the ad to all men and women and thereof, all ages above the age of 18. Now I know if the property was in a 55 or older community, why should that person under the age of 55 ever see the ad? Unfortunately, this is what the lawsuits have now stated, that you cannot discriminate against someone's age or gender. Okay. Now, the next part is going to be vital is search by location, or in this case, radius from the subject property. So how far out you want the ad to hit. Now you can type in zip codes if you're talking about what areas you want to hit, but what's going to be easiest for you is radius. The radius you can put in at 400 miles around the subject property. So that means that this ad's going to be seen by people that have Facebook within a 400-mile radius of your property. I would definitely try that. In the past, because again, those lawsuits said that you cannot take an ad and discriminate against someone's location, meaning that you couldn't pick one location and not pick another. And I don't know why they did that, but I thought this was very, very effective at one point in time because you could actually hit other cities in other states for people who were thinking about or interested in maybe possibly moving to this state, being able to see that property for sale. Okay. So unfortunately, we now can only do the radius from the subject property. Okay. So once you do that, and you put in all this information, what you're then going to do, and sorry, we're just going to skip through this little video, is hit next. Now here at next, we're going to see what a preview of the advertisement or the ad looks like. So if you notice, the ad's already been put together for you. So a couple of things you can't change, which is the property website. So here, the property website will be referenced, the Learn More button. Other than that, everything else about this ad can be modified. Okay. So you can add in a title. It's going to reference your Facebook business page name. So if you've been through my social media class, you're definitely going to, if you've set up your Facebook business page correctly, you're going to have your name, comma, realtor, number sign with your DRA license number on it. In the title, put in your company name. Jack and Jill Presents, and then just listed the property address, and then maybe put in some information. Now, you do have a photo here, but Facebook advertising statistics have said that people respond to seeing video more than just still shot pictures. This is a great opportunity to replace the existing still shot photo with the video. So here, as you click in the boxes and you click around and you start to be able to modify everything, including the photos, there will be a choice here to replace the photos with video. Okay, so you can do all that. Now, once you save this information, you're able to then preview it. Now, when you hit preview or you hit next, what's going to happen here is that you're going to be able to review the ad. So before you hit publish my ad, you're going to see how much money you're spending for how long, what the objective of the ad is going to be, and then, of course, what the ad looks like. If you like everything, then you hit publish my ad. And then once you hit publish my ad, you are off to the races. Now, what happens here? With a targeted ad, it will now appear in people's news feeds. So the system automatically adds in all the extra algorithms that you don't have to pick yourself for people in that 400-mile radius to see this ad. Now, if they look at this ad, or what happens here is they're going to see the ad. They can click on it. If they click on it, they're going to be redirected to the property website, to which at that point they can look at everything on the property website and maybe click on get in touch with you. But if they don't click on the ad and they just click learn more, right? What happens is the window opens up, and this window here verifies that person's account information on Facebook. So what does this mean? It means that Facebook has already vetted this client to you. So it verifies their name that's already on their account. It verifies their email address, and it puts in their phone number, because those are the requirements to have a Facebook page on Facebook. And they have to be real. If not, Facebook won't let them have an account. Once they hit submit, you are now sent an email by RELA that you have captured a lead from your ad. Now, what I would definitely recommend is that you have push notifications from your email activated on your cell phone, because you tend to look at your cell phones more than go on the computer to read your emails. If you're notified on your phone that you have just been captured a lead, you can now go back in to the website, go back into RELA, and you're going to open up your profile or your overview of that property. Now, this is what's it's going to look like. It's going to tell you right out of the gate how much money of your budget you've spent, how many impressions or how many people have seen this ad, how many people have clicked on the ad itself, and then, of course, how many actual leads have been captured from the ad. Now, down below will be the list of all the leads. So we see here as the example, $54, 1,200 impressions, 74 clicks, 7 leads. Here are those 7 people, all for 55 bucks. Now, if you click on the person's name, whoops, it'll open up their little profile where you get to see their email address, so you can send them a direct email response, and it will show their phone number so you can give them a call. Now, what you could technically do is export those leads and put them into your CRM. Anybody like that? Can I share a true life story? About 2 years ago, and I'm sorry I didn't wait for anybody to say yes, but real quickly, 2 years ago, I taught this at Laguna Woods Properties. Okay. They specialize up there in Laguna Woods, the 55 and older community. And the broker asked me to teach this class to their agents. I went over this exact same class with them, showed them this Facebook ad, and one of the agents said, "There is no way that this is that simple." And I said, "Trust me, it is." Right. And of course, I had at that point knew that REAL has been around for at least a year by that point, and that not very many agents were letting me know how well the ad platform was. So I asked the agent, his name is Warren, and I said, "Okay, Warren, let's sit down after class. Let's create the ad. I'll go through it with you, show you how easy it is." We created the ad. So he wanted to spend $100 to run a 2-week ad to generate the buyer leads. Okay. And this was in the month of February 2 years ago. He, at the time, the ads were allowed to hit certain cities, right? So he picked out what cities across the nation he wanted his ad to be seen in. Nowadays, it would be radius. And then he hit submit. So in less than 5 minutes, he created the ad. He sent it out. He spent it. He, paid Facebook their money to run the ad. So I asked Warren, I said, "Warren, let me know how well this ad goes, because I would love to hear what your feedback is." Because he was like, "Wow, that was really easy." Well, 3 weeks go by, and the day before I was going to go back to Laguna Woods Properties to give training on another tool, I received a call from Warren who said, "Hey, Tony, I know that you're coming out tomorrow, but I wanted to give you a call because I forgot to call you to let you know how well that ad did." And I said, "It did really well." He goes, "You'll be amazed." I said, "Okay, Warren, tell me what happened to your ad." He goes, "Tony, I spent that $100 to run that 2-week ad. In that 2-week ad, I had 1,900 impressions, meaning 1,900 people actually got to see his ad. Out of that, 95 people actually clicked on the ad. And out of those 19 people, 13 of those were actual leads that gave me their information." And I said, "That's great, Warren. That's awesome. Out of those 13 leads, how many of them did you convert?" He got really quiet over the phone. He said, "Tony, you won't believe this." He goes, "I totally forgot to go back into the website to actually even bother calling those leads." I said, "Warren, tell me that it's not so." He goes, "It's been a week since they've submitted their data. I don't know if they really want to, what to do." I said, "Warren, after you hang up with me, give them a call. Give those leads a call. And then when I come out to your office tomorrow, I want you to tell me what happened." And I go, "Even if you convert one lead, that's going to be great. But, I still want to hear." He goes, "Okay, no problem, Tony." So the next day I go out to his office. I'm training on, I think it was Remine or Zip Forms. And before we started class, I said, "Hey guys, I know we had last month the RELA website creations, this, that, and the other. I wanted to tell you that I sat down with Warren and went over his story." And I said, "Warren, can you tell the audience, what your experience was?" He goes, "It was really great, Tony." And I said, "That's awesome." I go, "What were your numbers?" He went over his numbers. He had the 13 leads. And I said, "Warren, I know that you hadn't called the leads right away, right?" He goes, "Yeah." And everybody kind of moaned and groaned, like, "Oh my God, you got 13 leads and you didn't bother calling them?" I go, "That's okay." I go, "Warren, did you call the leads yesterday like I asked you to?" He goes, "Tony, I sure did." I said, "Awesome. How many of them did you convert?" He goes, "You'll be amazed." He goes, "I converted 6 of those 13 leads, 2 of which happened to be coming out here to California from New York. in the next week. And one of them wants to buy this property. I said, that is totally awesome. So I said, Warren, give me an update on what happens with those 6 leads at the end of the day. Or, after talk to me in the next couple of weeks and let me know what happened with those 6 leads. 2 weeks later, Warren gives me a call. The one New Yorker that came out to California bought the property. So he converted that one lead into a sale. The other lead, which happened to be another New Yorker, was going into escrow on another property in and around Laguna Beach. And then he got 2 more of those leads in showing them property. And he was about to go and submit an offer on another home. So out of those people, he got 6 viable leads that he ended up working and closing deals with within a matter of a month, all for a $100 investment. So if you ask me if it works, it does if you follow up with the leads in a timely manner, and you will be pleasantly surprised how much business you can get. Are there any questions on that? That's a great story. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh, of course, Greg, anytime. Now, by the way, you'll notice here off to the left-hand side of my overview screen here, we've got all my other properties that aren't published anymore. This is where we, as a property closes escrow, we now take that property status and make it from published to unpublished or not published anymore. Okay. This now frees up my property website. But the reason why I don't delete this is for one simple reason: my listing presentations. I want to be able to showcase what I do specifically in my customer service to sellers and landlords and commercial investors or whoever else. Because, hey, I am worth that commission that I charge, and this is what I do to do this. And if I'm doing the Facebook targeted advertising, or even just better yet, watching the leads come in on my property, I can tell them how well having my own property website is, which may affect how faster or how much faster I can get that property into escrow. So these types of things will work. You just need to do it. Okay. And if you have a past listing, put one in here. Just don't mark it as published. That way, any future listings, you can showcase what it is that you will do for that new listing. Are there any questions on any of this? No questions whatsoever? Excellent. Oh, was your social media webinar recorded? Yes, it is, Michelle. It is recorded. It is on OCAR's website or Orange County Realtors' website, as well as on my YouTube channel. So if you ever like to watch videos, just simply go to www.youtube.com. From there, you're going to do a search for my name here at the top. And my name is spelled Tony, T-O-N-Y. My last name is spelled B-R-I-E as in elephant, D as in dog. When you press search, you'll see there's my picture, there's my name. Click on my name. And now you can click on my videos and see all of my videos that I have posted here, most of which are webinars from all of our classes. One is the social media setup and start, how to use RELA, how to use Remind, some quick tips on how to use other things within the MLS system. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you too. Thank you. Are there any other questions? Well, if you ever need to call me or email me, please feel free to do so. My phone number is 949-586-6800 extension 104, or email me at Tony, T-O-N-Y, at ocrealtors with an s.org. If there are no other questions, please feel free to have a great and wonderful day. Definitely activate your free account with RELA. That way you can start creating property websites, or at least practicing with the tool. Hope everybody has a great and wonderful day. Be safe. It looks like it's a beautiful sunny day. It didn't rain like I thought it was going to. So, hey, maybe later tonight. So anyway, hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Stay warm, stay dry, and I will talk to you all really, really soon. Bye.